said football isn't for everyone. They said football isn't for us. A different team, but still our blue. They said we're not strong, skillful, fast. They said no one watches, that no one cares, that there's no history. We say, see for yourself.
What do you think of the kit?
I think it's good, you know.
Amy, thanks for joining us. We're nearly at the end of a busy 3-game week. It started with Durham and then Brighton on Wednesday night. What have your reflections been on the whole of those 2 games?
Yeah, mixed across the both actually. Durham, we came away pretty frustrated. Didn't do what we needed to do and were pretty slow to get started in that game. However, we can't dwell on that. It's one game and this is a long season. There's going to be bumps in the road, so we reviewed it pretty quickly. We learnt from it, and on Wednesday it was much improved. I was actually really proud of the performance on Wednesday. I thought the team were excellent, very much stuck together, stuck to the strategy, had really good opportunities in open play. I would say probably better opportunities in open play than them, but unfortunately got undone by 2 set pieces. However, some real positives to build on and take with us.
And as you mentioned, the scoreline probably doesn't reflect our performance on Wednesday night. Just how pleased were you with the reaction from Sunday? Like you said, it was a frustrating one, but to see that reaction in a game against higher league opposition as well.
Yeah, so pleased. We knew that there would be parts of the game where we wouldn't have the ball for periods of time. However, I thought we still dictated the game. We showed that we can implement that style when we need to, which will be important. And we were really patient. And when we did regain possession of the ball, I thought we were really clear on what we wanted to do and showed the qualities within the personnel that we have and what we can offer. And probably with a bit more finesse, we would have scored in open play. But yeah, real good improvement from the weekend and some real positives to take with us. And look, I think we're really moving in the right direction and we keep building on that, then we'll be fine.
And I know you mentioned quite a lot that we have a high quality squad here, a lot of squad depth too. So to be able to get minutes into the legs of those who have perhaps not had many in the league so far is really important, isn't it? Especially in 3-game weeks when they could be called upon at any point.
Yeah, so impressed actually by those players. You know, I could name a few, but I'm not, because I thought the whole team did well, but it's really important to have a competitive squad. I have a real headache now going into this weekend, and every manager wants that. But really impressed, and we also have some real youngsters in there that really stepped up, and players that have been, you know, out injured for a long period of time and got their first 90 in months. So yeah, really impressed, and it gives me a real headache.
How, you mentioned it's good for a head coach, but just how good actually is it to have, when those players who perhaps are a little bit frustrated that they're not playing, but when they come in, they really stake their claim and it really leaves you with decisions to make, which is obviously what you want.
Yeah, really, really important. Obviously, lots of different players offer different things, and we have to make sure that we amplify their strengths and use them in the right way, and we have that competitive nature. You know, it's a long season. We're going to need absolutely everyone, whether that is cup or league. We will need everyone. So I was really impressed, and it's important that that is consistent now and everyone is always ready to contribute.
And the weekends with Blackburn at home, it's back-to-back home games. Just how important is that for the side? That's where they've built a lot of confidence so far this season with 2 impressive wins.
Yeah, of course. Well, we don't want to put too much focus on that. It's more about just building on what we showed on Wednesday. The fact that we're at home is nice because it's in front of our fans and it's a bit more normal for us and natural, but ultimately it's about improving on our performance in every game. One game at a time, can we keep getting better and can we keep pushing forwards?
And Blackburn are a well-established championship side now and very effective at their style of play with a good head coach in Simon Parker. Just what are you expecting from them heading into the weekend? They
have a clear identity, you just touched on it there, and they're effective at doing it. So we're going to have to be awake at all moments of the game, have to be really conscious of where we need to squeeze or plug gaps as quickly as we can. I really want to see a positive performance. I want the team to be bold and brave in possession, push forwards, play quickly, utilise each other in the right moments. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. We had a positive session today, we have one more session tomorrow and then we'll be good to go.
And just finally, any team news updates from you?
No, we've got everyone in training, which is nice. So, like I said, a big headache, but a good headache to have.
Thanks, Amy. Good luck at the weekend.
Thank you.
Said football isn't for everyone. They said football isn't for us. A different team, but still our blue. They said we're not strong, skillful, fast. They said no one watches, that no one cares, that there's no history. We say, see for yourself.
What do you think of the kit?
I think it's good, you know. Live on Blues TV for the visit of Blackburn Rovers here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Both sides come into this off the back of 2 defeats in League and Conti Cup respectively after finishing the season level on points last time out. Amy Merrick's praised her side's discipline and resolve in the week, suffering a late defeat to Super League side Brighton here on Wednesday. Plenty of positives to take despite the 3-0 scoreline, and today the perfect opportunity to respond as we return to Women's Championship action. Blackburn have had a steady start to proceedings after tallying up their record points tally last time out in the division. Despite finishing last season with an 8-game unbeaten streak, they've only won 1 from their opening 3 league games. That came in their only away trip of the season so far on the South Coast against Southampton. Still searching for their maiden season in the Women's Super League. Since its inception, they've mustered only 3 goals in their opening 4 games in all competitions under Simon Parker, their head coach. Well, Amy Merricks, she made 9 changes for the Conti Cup in midweek, and today makes 6 as we return to the Women's Championship, and a change of system where she goes 3 at the back for the first time this season. Lee Gun-min, Lily Agg, Tegan McGowan, Rebecca McKenna and Bex Holloway all come in. Lucy Thomas replaces Olivia Szepakowska in goal as a potential debut for Simone McGill as well, as she is amongst the substitutes. So Thomas in goal, searching for her 3rd clean sheet in as many home games here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park in the league. Heron, who started every single game so far this season in all competitions, on the right of that back 3. Louise Quinn at the heart of it, with Bex Holloway lining up at left centre-back. McKenna and Mason comes in for her first league start of the season. She's at left wing-back with McKenna operating on the right. Lily Agg and Ashanti Akpan in the midfield. Ivana Fuso and Lee Gun-min then in support of Tegan McGowan, who starts as the sole striker today, searching for her first goal in blue since joining from Charlton in the summer. On the bench, Szepakowska, the goalkeeper, Harris Lawley, Harrison Murray, Simone McGill, Lucy Quinn, Luann Morsey, Jo So-hyun and Ava Baker. For Blackburn Rovers, Brooks in goal, the former Blue Nose. Wriggler, Hack and Taylor, their back 3, with Dugdale and Williams providing width from wing-back. Toland is the defensive midfielder. Luke and Dahu, and then Farah Crompton, their top scorer this season with 2 goals upon her return from an ACL injury. And Georgia Walters partners her. And you see a presentation on the far side of the field in front of the lower cop stand, awarding Christy Harrison Murray with her centurion of appearances. 100 up in blue, make that 102 since that, with her appearances in the weeks following her 100th appearance here, against Durham. She becomes the 12th player in the modern era to reach that century of appearances for Blues women. So Blues against Blackburn, there was very little to separate these 2 last season, and both have had a strong recruitment drive in the summer. This is going to be a tough test, make no doubt about that, and Amy Merrick's seeking a response after our first league defeat away to Durham a couple of weeks ago. We're unbeaten here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park in the league, having scored 9 goals in our first 2 games with no reply. And that dominance particularly is something that Amy Merricks is certainly looking for us to emulate today on our return to Women's Championship action. So we're carrying out our ritualistic pre-match huddle. Blues kicking from right to left towards the Tilton in this first half in our classic royal blue jerseys with the undefeated white trim, blue shorts and blue socks. Blackburn in their change strip of the all pastel pink. We're back at home in the Women's Championship, seeking a response from our first league defeat of the season. And what a perfect way to seek a reaction against the team that we drew level on points with at the curtailment of last season's campaign. Women's Championship action on Blues TV back at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. And it's the visitors Blackburn who get us underway here in Small Heath. Ivana Fuso, who has come back into the starting 11 in the league after starting on Wednesday in our Conti Cup defeat to Brighton Hove Albion. Amy Merrick said there were plenty of positives to take despite the 3-0 scoreline as we stayed in the game for the majority of the 90 minutes. There's only a late flourish from the Super League side that saw us go down that 3-0 scoreline that, in all honesty, flattered the Super League side in the end. Louise Quinn, who captains the side this afternoon, made her first start of the season against Brighton Hove Albion. This her first league start at the centre of that changed back three, as Heron seeks McKenna over the top down the right-hand side. Slight slip from McGowan, but she finds Lee. And Lee can cross into the penalty area. Early chance for Blues, and Fuso can't keep her header down. Lightning start from Blues, almost got the reward for it. Brilliant play down the right-hand side. McKenna keeping the chance alive. Inch perfect cross from Lee Gyun-min. Ivana Fuso got up well, but just couldn't keep the header down to test Alexandra Brooks. And the first chance goes down as a blue one. Amy Merrick seeking that intense start that has seen us dominate Portsmouth and Sunderland here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park, and are opening 2 home league games. Of course, we've fallen short on the road, a 0-0 draw to relegated Bristol City, followed up by a 1-0 defeat against Durham, conceding our first goal of the season, as well as our first defeat of the season at Maiden Castle last week. Brooks, the former Birmingham City player, of course, in goal for Blackburn in the fluorescent green kit. McGowan leading the line. It's Blues asking all the questions in the early exchanges as Emma Taylor has to steer a ball away out for a throw-in. It's a bright start from Blues. And here's Simon Parker desperately on the fringes of his technical area. The Blackburn Rovers first team coach barking instructions to his side after he found success in building the projects at Southampton and Lewis Women, being given the reins at Blackburn Rovers. Newly installed at Ewood Park, of course, this season. But Blues coming screaming out of the blocks deep inside Blackburn territory for the opening exchanges. 0-0. Heron's cross, action and interest, hooked away by Wriggler and hoisted back in, but harmlessly into the arms of Alexandra Brooks. Grace Wriggler, who got on the score sheet in midweek against Durham, as Walters looks to latch onto a lapsing concentration at the back. It's a crunching challenge from Niamh Heron to stop her in her tracks. Picked up by Crompton, Blackburn's leading goal scorer this season. They've only scored 3 goals. Crompton's got 2 of them on her return to football after missing the whole of last season with an ACL injury. And Georgia Walters really feeling the effects of that crunching challenge from Niamh Heron. Can just see her taking a moment or two to herself, grasping her left shoulder. She's the player screening Bex Holloway here. Holloway, who has appeared in every game so far this season, came off the bench against Brighton Hove Albion. Had a really positive start to the season after rejoining Blues last campaign. Quinn. McKenna looking for some space for the cross, seeks refuge with Tegan McGowan, who's linked up with the Northern Irish international down that right flank. Of course, the involvement of Simone McGill for a potential debut off the bench takes our Northern Irish contingent to 4 in the squad. Mason, Holloway, McKenna and McGill. McKenna spinning away, looking to find Lee, who was in an offside position as the ball ricocheted off of her and out of play. Of course, Ellie Mason up against a Northern Irish colleague of hers, Rachel Dugdale, international on this near side this afternoon. Akpan, who's been impressive since joining Blues in the summer as well, on loan from Chelsea. Really see her Super League quality shining through whenever she takes the field. Mason just looked to carve the Blackburn defence apart. Likewise, Rovers looking to do the other end. But the ball through from Williams, cut out before it could reach the run of Crompton. Lee's asked just a bit too much of Becca McKenna over there on that far side, and the ball rolls harmlessly out for a throw. An intense start, though, in the opening 5 minutes from a Blues side, seeking a reaction from our first defeat of the Women's Championship season. 0-0. Quinn stabs in field. That's picked up by Crompton. Liliag looked to try and rescue the situation, bail their team out of trouble, but at the expense of an early yellow card. So tightrope to walk for the remainder of the afternoon for the Republic of Ireland international. And a dangerous free kick for Blues to defend. Shades of pink and blue on that defensive line. Instead, Blackburn goes short to Walters. And Walters clips forward. Plenty up still for Blackburn in this attack. Hooked half clear by Holloway. Helped on its way by Ag, who received a shove in the back for her troubles. Aerial collision. And a free kick will go Blues' way. Well, Blackburn start this season unable to really continue the form that they carved out at the end of last campaign to really catapult themselves up the league table. They went 8 unbeaten at the end of last season to accumulate a records points tally of 36 to draw level with Blues as the season drew to a close. And they've opened this campaign with 1 win and 2 defeats. Those 2 defeats coming at their new home of Ewood Park as they just get familiar with their new surroundings. The 1 win coming away from home in their only away game so far against Simon Parker's former side, Southampton. It's a good touch from Walters to take her away from Holloway. Asked too much of Farrah Crompton. 2 goals in 2 games to open the season for her. No goals in her last 2, though, in the Conti Cup and the league game prior. Did score in her last visit here 2 seasons ago in a 2-1 win for Blues. Crompton grabbing the goal back for Rovers. As Tegan McGowan putting herself about up there and winning the first corner kick of the afternoon. It's good perseverance from Tegan McGowan. No such thing as a lost cause in her vocabulary. And Ashanti Akpan will trot over. Akpan, who has joined on loan from the WSL champions Chelsea, where she's been since age 7. Really showed what she was about in that Super League quality on her debut on the opening day against Sunderland in our 5-0 demolition of the Black Cats, and has continued to impress since. It's her corner kick, out-swinging, right-footed, looking for Quinn, who was crowded out in the end and nullified. Holloway looks to find Fuso, just runs out of room on this near side, and Blackburn survived the siege. 0-0. Have to go back to 2010, the last time Blackburn Rovers beat Blues on our own patch. Of course, back then not here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. There's a swarm of blue shirts upend Crompton. Well, Blues had that quick start that Amy Merricks was looking for, but couldn't capitalise as Fuso saw a header sail over into the Tilton. And since then, Blackburn have began to grow into proceedings. Hooked forward by Walters over everyone in pink, and bounces harmlessly behind. Well defended from Blues, good line. Holloway drives forward. Mason flicks on, but can only surrender possession to the Rovers. Here's the Republic of Ireland international, Toland. He's looking to dictate things from deep, but Blues have robbed it back, and Fuso looking for Lee. That's off target from the Brazilian. Heron, though, will pick up 4 Blues. And Holloway can bring it forward. Heron. Squeezed out of play. Blackburn organised and resolute in their shape. Ag dispossessed by her Irish teammate, Tyler Toland. But Blues wrestle back possession. This is Holloway. Lee's picked up a promising pocket. Agpan in the wars. Blues surrender possession. Here comes Dugdale. Smuggled inside. Williams seen to by Ag. Dugdale swings in across, too high for everyone in the middle. And McKenna will give chase with Hannah Luke. McKenna too strong for the Blackburn number 3. 0-0. 12 minutes gone here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Of course, a trip to Bramall Lane awaits Blues on Friday at 7 p.m. kickoff time at Bramall Lane against Sheffield United. We'll be there on Blues TV to bring you all the action from the north of England. Holloway. Fuso runs into traffic in the form of Grace Wrigler. Dugdale, miscontrolled. Holloway looks to smuggle to find our Northern Irish teammate Ellie Mason. Of course, Blues have found joy here so far in the early exchanges of the season. Unbeaten in the league. 9 goals without reply so far against Sunderland and Portsmouth. Late challenge comes in from Quinn, catching Williams. Referee Phoebe Cross just stamping her authority on things and having a dressing down of the Blues captain. Hopeful ball through is going to be easily fielded by Lucy Thomas. Searching for her 4th clean sheet in the first 5 league games. That goal against Durham, which ultimately led to our first defeat, the only goal that she's shipped so far this season. Gave way to Olivia Szepakowska for the Polish international's debut in midweek against Brighton, as Blues come forward down the right flank. Fielded in the end over there by Luke. McKenna sees a gap and drives through it. Eventually seen to, but Blues still in the hunt here. Quinn. Holloway skips away from Walters. And this is Fuso. Space to drive into for the Brazilian. Fuso waltzing. And now this is Lee, promising this for Blues as she whips it towards the back post. Mason was arriving. The last touch came off Dugdale. She couldn't prevent the corner kick. Akpan's corner, in swinging right-footed, decent delivery, looping. Infringement in there, the referee spotted. Free kick goes Blackburn Rovers' way. As the heavens have just opened in the second city. I'm in a light drizzle. Akpan is given away to Crompton. And Crompton, audacious. Can't catch out Lucy Thomas after getting the better of Louise Quinn. You feel like that's where Blackburn are going to get the most joy, preying on mistakes from Blues. This is McGowan looking for the run of Fuso. That's well screened by Rigler. Rigler sends it long. Lucy Thomas confident they'll carry through to her, and it does so. Quinn, who scored her first goal of the season against Portsmouth to round off a comprehensive 4-0 victory against Pompey. Our last league game here. Headed in at the back post, deep added time. This is Akpan. Misplaced, looking for Mason, who commits the foul, looking for the recovery. And cause for concern for Grace Rigler, who has remained down on the deck here, grasping her right knee. Not sure if it's a twist after Mason made the contact, but Rigler showing real discomfort. But an opportunity for Amy Merricks to get her team in and get across some instructions as to how they reassert the energy and the intensity that we found in the opening 5 minutes or so. Blackburn have just managed to wrestle their way back into proceedings and have posed some problems for Blues and really disrupted our tempo. Of course, this is followed by 2 away trips. The aforementioned trip to Bramall Lane and then a trip to Southampton on the south coast before back here against Newcastle United, newly promoted Women's Championship side. And Rigler back on her feet but not moving at all comfortably or fluidly. Very heavy limp from the Blackburn centre-back. Real signs of distress for Grace Wrigler. So Blackburn are going to have to make the change, an early enforced change for them. Neve Murphy is going to replace Grace Wrigler. Early blow for the visitors.
Substitution for Blackburn Rovers, number 18, Grace Wrigler on, and we've got number 2, Neve Murphy on.
So Murphy looks like she's going to take up the mantle at right wing back, and Rachel Dugdale is going to have to tuck in at right centre back. It's either that or a change of system from Blackburn Rovers. We'll see on their transition what they form back into. It looks like they are sticking with that back three, with Dugdale at right centre back and Neve Murphy coming in to operate down the right flank. As Thomas charged down by Crompton, finds Heron. She's given it away though. Blackburn have made a mess of it. Hooked upfield. Dugdale stoops to meet it. There's Akpan, nicely done into Lee. Ag's call for it down the right-hand side. Heron obliges. It's a good flick on from Lily Ag. Seen away by Hack. And Blackburn win the throw-in. Hoisted forward, foot race between Holloway and Crompton. Holloway gets there, but Walters looking to steal in. Heron just feeling the effects of the moisture on the turf with a slight slip. Thankfully they're okay. So 23 minutes gone, 0-0. Best chance of the game falling to Blues in the opening exchanges when Fuso headed over after a pinpoint cross from Lee Gyun-min. Here comes Fuso, carrying Blues forward at pace. Fuso seeking support, finds it in the form of Holloway. Holloway. Quinn. Blackburn now with bodies back behind the ball. Nice pick out from Thomas for Akpan. Mason. Into play to find Fuso. And Dugdale sticks to her task. Holloway, shape for the cross. Swept halfway, only as far as Louise Quinn, who took a stab at it. Took a few deflections on its way through. Behind for a corner kick. Why not from the captain? Set up handsomely for her to hit it. Didn't catch it, I think, as she wanted to. But via a Blackburn deflection, it's gone behind for a corner kick. Right-footed from Akpan, looking for Louise Quinn, who gets there and finds the bottom corner. The captain towering above a sea of pink to head home, her second of the season, and Blues make the breakthrough. And what a leap from Louise Quinn. Great delivery from Akpan, and Louise Quinn towered above the bodies to bury her header into the bottom corner. And Blues have the breakthrough at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Yet again, we lead Blackburn Rovers by a goal to nil, courtesy of the captain. And with 20 minutes to go, it's advantage Blues in the first half. Forward towards McGowan. She was looking for Lily Agg edge of the penalty area. It breaks down for Blues. And well, Blackburn a little short-changed at the back maybe after the substitution for Wriglar for Murphy with the injury. And Blues provide the full punishment. Louise Quinn towering over the defence to bury her header into the bottom corner. And Akpan's done well to smuggle that out to Holloway. Mason in field, that's cut out by Dugdale. McKenna runs into Taylor. And this is Quinn. Blues now looking to turn the screw after the goal advantage and really drive home our ascendancy. Blackburn feeding on scraps but looking to capitalise when they can win back possession. It's a hit and hope from Walters, easily screened by Blues. And here's Lee Gun-min asking more from her teammates to just provide her with some more options to find, but Blues do retain possession despite the inability to venture forward. And Quinn comfortably can spin away. The goal scorer, second goal of the season, second goal in as many league home games for her. Fuso. Space to operate in now. Look for that disguised ball through for the run of Agg, who halted in her tracks, and it runs through for Alexandra Brooks. Well, it's the first time Blackburn Rovers have been behind on their travels. Granted, this their only second away game, but kept a clean sheet in their opening one against Southampton as they won by a goal to nil. Holloway. McGowan's made the burst on the shoulder of the last defender. Holloway looked to find her. Mason not giving Murphy a moment's peace, and she's robbed it back. And here's McGowan. Lily Agg's in the centre, as is McKenna around the back. Blackburn managed to scramble it away. Again, Walters has asked a lot of Crompton, just trying to do things too quickly from a Rovers perspective, and surrendering possession as a consequence. Holloway. Fuso. Cross comes Crompton. Crompton, who has been feeding on scraps so far this afternoon. A lot of chasing for her, a lot of leg work. Agg. Heron sweeps it into Akpan. Louise Quinn. Heron It's a nice ball to find Liliag. It's cross. There's McGowan with the looping effort. Couldn't keep it down. Tegan McGowan still searching for her first goal in a blue shirt. Has already got a handful of assists to her name and been instrumental in the 9 goals we've scored so far this season. That opening goal still eluding the signing from Charlton. Liliag. Crompton with a handful of her shirt. Referee happy to let play go on with Blues in possession. Lee, loose from her, given away to Walters. Options right and left. And this is Dahu. Pass meant for Crompton. Well swept up by Louise Quinn. Well, our opponents on Friday, Sheffield United, in the early kick-off in the Women's Championship, trailing at Bramall Lane against relegated Bristol City. It's the Robins who lead by 4-1 in Sheffield. Charlton have just got one back, top of the Women's Championship before kick-off at the Valley. Trail Sunderland by 2-1. London City Lionesses leading Portsmouth by 2-0 in the capital, and it's Newcastle 0, Durham 0. And here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park, we lead Blackburn by 1-0, courtesy of captain Louise Quinn, second of the season, as she rose highest in the penalty area to meet an Ashanti Agpan corner and head home into the bottom corner. Walters thought that she was going to get the decision. The official on that far side actually awarded the throw-in to Charlton, but overruled by referee Phoebe Cross. To Blackburn, I should say. It's a barrelling run from Niamh Murphy, the substitute, but runs into the figure of Fuso, but Blackburn have won it back high. Dahu searching for Murphy, who's continued her burst forward. Holloway gets there first. Half cleared by Lucy Thomas, and Blues look to tidy things up amongst ourselves. Holloway, neat interplay between her and Mason. Given away though to Blackburn Rovers. Swept forward. Lucy Thomas claiming that as her own, but eventually it does find the Blues goalkeeper. Hack in a foot race with McGowan. Hack had a head start and can sweep that away for a throw-in. McGowan to barrel her way through, a roulette thrown in there for good measure, but she's been dispossessed by Murphy, who navigates a couple of Blues challenges, and then Dahu is caught late by Bex Holloway. Dahu, the signing from Manchester City, who was on loan last season, made the move permanent. Only her second start for Blackburn Rovers, first of the season, the number 42 on the near side. Williams, Murphy strikes the back of her teammate. Murphy again, neatly done. Rabona thrown in from Walters. They've retained possession, Blackburn. Walters looking for Crompton, that's seen away by Quinn. Blues just having to navigate a good spell for the visitors. Well struck by Williams, but always a comfortable one for Lucy Thomas. Lee Gunmin. Heron, neatly done for Holloway. McGowan, beg your pardon. There's Ag. Now here is Holloway. Mason. Agpan. Lee Gunmin looking to conduct the Blues orchestra from the middle. It's back with Lee Gunmin, who's onside. Repelled. Mason. Can't get the better of Murphy. Half clearance picked up by Lee Gunmin. Agpan will leave it for Ag, who keeps things going with Niamh Heron. This is a good tempo from Blues. McKenna, heavy touch, takes her wide. McGowan, good strength. The toe in. No, was by Hannah Luke. Heron. Right-footed low ball to the edge of the penalty area. Seen away by Dahu, but headed back into danger by Blackburn. And McGowan looking to steal in. Out came Brooks. Threw her frame in the way to deny Tegan McGowan a first goal in blue. Well, there's a Blackburn who made a mess of clearing things at the back. It was a good retained spell of pressure from Blues. Walters playing her side back into danger. Tegan McGowan looking to benefit, but Brooks rushing out of her goal mouth to concede the corner kick. We know what happened from the last set piece on this side. It's towards Louise Quinn again. This time it's Hack who gets up. Only half cleared by Blackburn Rovers. Helped on its way. Crompton stopped in her tracks of mounting a dangerous counter-attack by McKenna. And then Blackburn wanted to get on with things quickly because Walters was away between the two centre-backs. Catching Blues lacking numbers at the back, but the referee wanted to pull it back so she could award the yellow card to Rebecca McKenna for stopping a clear and obvious counter-attacking opportunity. Murphy looking to steal in. Mason aware and plays the ball off of the Blackburn Rovers substitute for the throw. Dahu. Walters. Williams looking to take advantage. Caught late by Akpan, and after having a long think about things, Phoebe Cross does award the free kick. Amy Merrick's making her feelings known about the decision to fourth official Amy Keir in front of me in the technical area, but it will be a free kick for Blackburn. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Can we hang on into the break? Louise Quinn's second goal of the season, separating the two sides. And Blackburn Rovers have barely tested Lucy Thomas so far this afternoon. Big opportunity to do just that for the visitors. It's Hannah Luke and Georgia Walters standing over this. A two-strong wall consisting of Lee Gunmin and Ivana Fuso for Blues. It will be Luke to look to set someone up in the middle. That's overhit though by the left back, and Blues escape unscathed. McKenna. McGowan's made the burst on the shoulder of the last defender. McKenna seeking her out, and McGowan's got the better of Taylor. McGowan waiting for reinforcements. They arrive in the form of Lee Gunmin. Blackburn, though, have got bodies back behind the ball and repel Blues only as far as Holloway, and there's Akpan round the corner, neat and tidy from Blues this. Tegan McGowan, there's Fuso, and there was an offence in there. I think the ball struck a hand as it was bobbling around, and so the Blues attack comes to an end. McGowan to test her legs against Rachel Dugdale. Fuso charging down the centre-back, and Fuso can carry the ball forward, looking for Liliag. The angle was tight, and Blackburn survive a scare. Blues can't capitalise on Blackburn's shortcomings at the back. It remains 1-0 to Blues. Holloway. Scarce options in the middle, so Blues look to play our way in. And there's Tegan McGowan, and there was Liliag on the spin. Mile in the penalty area, Ag bundling her way through, looking to tee someone up inside the penalty area. Blackburn just about scramble the ball to safety, and then further so. But it's all 6s and 7s at the back at the moment for Blackburn Rovers. Blues looking to press home the advantage and double our buffer before the half-time whistle. Mason, nicely done. Across his cutout and cleared away by Rovers. Mason spins away from Murphy. And again, and a third time as she plays through McGowan, who's onside. Flag stays down. Tegan McGowan barreling into the penalty area. Was she caught? Only a corner kick. Well, it was a combination of two challenges. I think one got all ball and another clipped the heels of Tegan McGowan. Well, so the referee content with awarding the corner kick. Blues still a threat from this position. Great play by Mason, and then from Tegan McGowan just to escape a tight cul-de-sac inside that penalty area. Near side then Fuso with the corner kick, another packed penalty area. This time he goes short to Lee Gyun-min. Fuso driven across the 18-yard box, dealt with by Blackburn only as far as Holloway. Heron looks to keep the chance alive, and Fuso will find Holloway, and McKenna sensibly back to Lucy Thomas. And Thomas fires forward. Might be a flag here against McGowan, and indeed there is. Great turn by Ag, seeking some support, but she's lost out. And now here come Blackburn Rovers. The bounce just taking the ball away from Walters, allowing Quinn to clear at the expense of a corner kick. Blackburn looking for a flourish at the end of the first half. Three minutes of added time at the end of the first period.
3 minutes of added time.
Walters' corner kick, plenty up for Blackburn. It's a Blackburn head that gets there. Thomas palmed away. Then Neve Heron helped it on its way out for a corner kick. It's a good rise in that penalty area. It might have been Emma Taylor getting up inside the 6-yard box. Had to be dealt with by Thomas and helped clear by Neve Heron. Alarm bells ringing at the end of the first half. Again, Blues don't clear the first ball, stabbed towards goal, and confusion upon clearing it. And eventually it's scrambled away by Neve Heron. Swung back in by Walters. This should be Thomas's ball, and indeed it is. And Blues survive a late scare in the first half. Blues just looking to see out the first half unscathed, as we have done for the past 45 minutes. A late scare in added time with the goalmouth scramble. It's one that we managed to navigate. Heron searching for McGowan. That's cut out by Blackburn at the back. Crompton looking to prove a nuisance for Holloway. The offside flag was up as Crompton made an attempt for the ball. And that's the half-time whistle, and it's job done as far as the first half is concerned from Blues. The reaction that Amy Merricks wanted from her side, she's certainly got it. Louise Quinn, the captain's header on 26 minutes. The separation between the two sides at the moment. Of course, chaos from set pieces, and one of them has proven dividends. Quinn rising above a sea of pink and blue shirts to bury her second goal of the season into the bottom corner. Fuso went close early on for Blues in a lightning start for the home side. A setback for Blackburn Rovers midway through the first half when Grace Riglar was forced off. Blackburn had a flourish towards the end of the first period, a goalmouth scramble just about being cleared from Blues after a mix-up at the back. But apart from that, we're largely unscathed from 45 minutes of action, and we lead Blackburn Rovers at the break by 1-0. Second half, just round the corner.
said football isn't for everyone. They said football isn't for us. A different team, but still our blue. They said we're not strong, skillful, fast. They said no one watches, that no one cares, that there's no history. We say, see for yourself.
What do you think of the kit?
I think it's good, you know.
Yes, welcome back for the second half. Blues leading Blackburn Rovers by a 1-0, courtesy of the captain, Louise Quinn, connecting with Ashanti Akpan's corner kick midway through the first half to bury her second goal of the season. Plenty of work for Blackburn to do. Hardly had a sniff throughout that first period, apart from a late scare for Blues who added time in the first half. A goal-mouth scramble not dealt with at the back, but we managed to get it away. So no changes at half-time. So for Blues, it's Lucy Thomas in goal, on course for her 4th clean sheet in 5 league games. Heron, Quinn, the goal scorer, and Bex Holloway at the back. McKenna and Mason down the flanks at wing-backs. Akpan and Ag in the middle. Lee Gyunmin and Ivana Fuso providing ammunition for Tegan McGowan up top, who did go down in the penalty out. A big appeal for a penalty, a big call for a penalty, waved away by referee Phoebe Cross, who has been the subject of a lot of questioning from Amy Merrick on the sideline throughout that first half, the referee's performance. As for Blackburn, Brooks in goal, Dugdale, Hack and Taylor the back three for them. Murphy and Luke the wing-backs. Williams, Tolan and Dahu in support of Crompton and Georgia Walters up top. Lee. Akpan, Liliag under pressure from Walters. Blues will look to capitalise on that first half performance and rediscover that tempo that saw us dominate large parts of that first period. Mason latching onto a ball through that was half cleared by Blackburn Rovers under pressure from the offside Tegan McGowan, so that's what the flag has gone up on this near side. Heron away, Quinn up towards Fuso. Tegan McGowan will give chase to the ball over the top, calmly through to Alexandra Brooks, who denied Tegan McGowan. Her first Blues goal late in that first half, advancing from her goal mouth pretty rapidly. It's charged down the summer signing strike. It's good battling from Akpan on loan from Chelsea. She's found McGowan, and Lee is forced slightly wide. Akpan in support. McGowan spins away. And this is Quinn. Holloway. That's that far side for Ellie Mason. Mason charged down by Murphy. Blackburn turned the ball over. Lucy Thomas, who had precious little to do in that first half, apart from deal with a goal-mouth scramble at the end of the first period. On course for her 4th clean sheet in 5 league games. Only blotch coming, of course, at Durham last week in that 1-0 defeat at Maiden Castle. Quinn will look for McKenna down the right-hand side. That's seen to safety by Luke. Only as far as Heron, but Blues have started with the dominance that we grew into throughout the first half. That's a neat turn by Liliag. Referee plays advantage as she's caught. Holloway. This is Mason, 3 strong in the middle. One of them is McGowan, who showed an interest. Brooks came out. The ball flashed back across the 6-yard box, and now the referee will stop play for some treatment to be seen to Alexandra Brooks. Well, fully committed from both players. Tegan McGowan desperate and stretching to get on the end of Ellie Mason's cross. Alexandra Brooks likewise desperate to see it to safety. It's a collision between the two of them. It looks like the Blackburn Rovers goalkeeper, the former Birmingham City goalkeeper, of course, has come off worse. But a strong start from Blues, just as we started the first period, coming straight out of the blocks and asking all the questions of this Blackburn Rovers back line. Brooks, real cause for concern for the Blackburn Rovers goalkeeper. Poppy Soper is on the bench for Rovers, and she is being stripped and ready to go. So Blackburn seemingly forced into a second enforced change as Poppy Soper is going to have to come on for Alexandra Brooks. First it was Grace Riglar, and they lost to injury, and now it looks like it's their #1 goalkeeper who's going to have to make way early. Poppy Soper, who joined from Charlton Athletic this season. It's her first appearance for Blackburn, being called into action. WSL winner with Chelsea a few years ago, as well as the FA Cup. Didn't feature largely, but part of that squad that did march to the title of the top division of the women's game. Wales Youth International as well, Poppy Soper. McGowan. Look for that disguise ball through to Mason, who had made the inside run off Tegan McGowan, couldn't find her. Lee Gunmin caught from behind. Free kick will go Blues' way. Louise Quinn standing over it. Heron has asked a lot of Tegan McGowan, has asked too much of Tegan McGowan. And the first action for Poppy Soper is to take this goal kick. Soper, whose only appearance for Blackburn came in midweek in the 2-1 defeat to Durham in the Conti Cup. First group game. Now into the thick of the action in the Women's Championship for her new club. Heron. Lee. Fuso couldn't take the ball into her stride. What a pick out by Lee Gyun-min. Fuso just couldn't make the most of it and carried into the penalty area. But certainly, Blues looking to get that South Korean maestro on the ball a lot more in this second half. Lee Gyun-min. Toland runs her. Plenty seizing upon this loose one. It was McKenna that got there, looking for McGowan. It's sprayed away by Blackburn Rovers, and now Luke. Bit of space for her down the left-hand side. Williams. Hack. Taylor. Tolan just about eludes McGowan. Up it back to Poppy Soper. Ball launched forward. Compton unable to control. This is Heron. Holloway. So Blues certainly in the ascendancy, but Amy Merrick's maybe just demanding a few more opportunities to be carved out by her side. Lee Kyun Min. McGowan. Neatly done by Heron as Akpan. Blues doing well to create spaces and pockets of positivity. Heron picks out McGowan, who spins away and looks to fashion a cross into the penalty area. It might break for McKenna. Soper made herself big and produced the save. McGowan still alive for Blues. McKenna, left-footed ball into the penalty area, seen to by Blackburn Rovers. Well, the substitute goalkeeper, Poppy Soper, her first taste of league action, and so far stood up to the test, throwing her frame in the way of Rebecca McKenna. But here comes Fuso, looking to tee someone up in the middle, but she's won a corner. Blues edging closer and closer to a second. Corner from that far side then. Blues looking to press home our advantage. Out comes the goalkeeper with a commanding punch. And Crompton will look to mount a counter charge. That's picked off by Heron, and she's scythed down. Free kick, Blues in a dangerous position. Just creeping up to the hour mark here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. We lead by a goal-0, close to a second. McKenna denied by Soper with her first action after being introduced following the injury to Alexandra Brooks. Poppy Soper made her frame nice and big to produce the save. Charlton still trailing to Sunderland out the valley, which means a win here would take us within 2 points of the Addicks. Of course, Sunderland, the team that Charlton went tit for tat with in chase of the Women's Championship title last season. Up steps Fuso with the free kick. Well, plucked out the air by Poppy Soper, who watched it all the way. It was well struck by Fuso, got it up and down in time. It was on target, certainly, from the Brazilian, denied by the substitute goalkeeper. And now here come Blues, squeezing Blackburn high. The ball from Fuso eludes Lee and eludes Ag. Blackburn looking for the channel. And Crompton's in here, and Crompton misjudges the finish as she drags it well wide of the mark. And a rare opportunity for Rovers goes begging. Well, Portsmouth have had something of a baptism of fire so far in the Women's Championship. And they're on the end of another thumping in the capital. They trail London City Lionesses by 4-0. Pompey. And as they sit rock bottom of the Women's Championship. And if that scoreline remains the same, it will take them to a minus 16 goal difference. 16 goals conceded for Pompey, none scored in their opening 5 games. McGowan battling with Toland, and she's emerged with it. Tegan McGowan throws in a step over. Waiting for options, arise in the form of Mason. She's forced her teammate wide though. McGowan providing the return ball, pulls it back towards Fuso, looking to tee up Mason. She goes down in the penalty area. Nothing doing from the referee. Holloway inside to Akpan, who smuggles it out to Heron. And Blues just establishing total control now. Blackburn Rovers feeding on scraps. Lee Gyun-min, return ball to Heron. She can charge forward. Akpan. Blues with some retained pressure. And now Ag goes down right on the edge of the penalty area, and the referee's given a free kick. Can't have been much in that between free kick and penalty, but the decision is a free kick right on the edge of the 18-yard box, and a yellow card, I think, awarded to Tyler Tolan. Blues just looking to wear down, to grind down this Blackburn Rovers resolve with constant wave after wave of attack. That's exactly what this second half has been in the opening quarter of an hour of the second period. So a free kick in a very threatening position for Blues as we look to double our advantage just after the hour mark. Fuso leaves it for McGowan, and the referee is just going to tell Crompton to get her yards, who was fooled by the Blues routine. It will be Tegan McGowan, beaten away by Poppy Soper. That was creeping inside that far post and nestling to the bottom corner, had to be dealt with by the Blackburn Rovers substitute goalkeeper, and was so. Lee can take the ball in field, look to tee someone up in the middle, sliced away by Rovers, missed by Luke. Lee Gyun-min again, asking a lot of Tegan McGowan. Lee wins it back high for Blues. Isolated, but finds refuge with Heron. This is McKenna. Mason around the corner for Fuso. McKenna. Min. Shanti Akpan searching for the run of Heron as she bombed down the right wing. Chelsea Loney battling in the centre to retain the pressure. The loose ball be picked up by Niamh Heron. Two in the middle to aim for. Blues still building though. Lee Gyun-min, brilliant control, brilliant composure to invite the challenge, and Blues will have a free kick. We've taken it quickly to catch Blackburn off guard. And now Blues are going to look to make these changes. Cho So-hyun and Christy Harrison-Murray being introduced just to tighten that grip of that midfield. Some fresh legs. The first being replaced will be Lily Ag for Cho So-hyun. So Ag and Fuso off, and Cho So-hyun and Christy Harrison-Murray making her 103rd appearance for Blues after being awarded that Centurion Trophy pre-match. Both substitutions linking up immediately. Flicking field is by Walters. This is Crompton. And now Williams. Smuggles the ball out to Luke on this near side, searching for Crompton. That's a telling header and a vital header from Louise Quinn to take it out of the path of Crompton. And Crompton has charged down Lucy Thomas. And Blues will get the free kick inside the 6-yard box. Heron looking for McGowan, and there goes the flag from the linesman. McGowan just going a fraction too early. And ball against Lee Gunmin. Temper's just beginning to flare up. Crompton cutting a very frustrated figure. Service has been scarce all day, so you understand the frustrations that she's showing. Walters searching ball into the Blues penalty area. Louise Quinn with the first contact, and a wild swipe comes in from Chloe Williams, which is high wide and not handsome at all from the Welsh international. Thomas looking for Harrison Murray. She's been in the air unfairly, deems the referee. Holloway. Cho So-hyun. Just over 20 minutes to go. Blues in total control. Only some splendid goalkeeping from Poppy Soper, keeping the score at 1-0. McGowan. Agpan asking a lot of McKenna, and that will outrun the right wing back. McKenna takes it away from Crompton, who has been a isolated figure up there for Blackburn this afternoon. Leading goal scorer, Crompton. Especially in the second half, it's been all Blues. The free kick goes Blues' way, as Tegan McGowan was caught late. 2 substitutions being readied for Blackburn Rovers. Maria Edwards and Ellie Noble being given their final instructions, as Simon Parker looks to turn the tide So far, his side second best all over the pitch in the second city. Christy Harrison-Murray to deliver. Louise Quinn in there, causing a nuisance of herself. Heron's in there as well, Ellie Mason, McGowan. It is Harrison-Murray who drives it in, dealt with by Walters only as far as Akpan. Cho So-Yun has it robbed off of her momentarily. How about that to win it back from the South Korean? And here come those substitutions from Blackburn Rovers. Chloe Williams the first to make way, as is the signing from Manchester City, Jemima Dahu, who hasn't had the impact that she desired on the afternoon. And on come Ellie Noble and Maria Edwards. First run of the afternoon for Maria Edwards, and is seen to pretty comprehensively by Rebecca McKenna. Portsmouth have got one back in the capital against London City Lionesses, their first goal of the championship season for Pompey. Cho So-Hyun heads on. Mason can accelerate forward and bring Blues up the pitch. It's Ellie Mason into the penalty area. Mason for goal, not too far away. Just shaved the left-hand post on its way through. Had plenty of options left and right. Backed herself and just dragged it wide of the mark. McGowan's won it back, dogged work from her. Harrison-Murray looking for Lee. Just scrapes the bottom of her boot as it runs through. Soper can clear. Akpan can't find Harrison-Murray. Crompton can't find a teammate. Lee cuts up the throw. McKenna can stride forward away from Edwards. And here's Noble. One back by Lee Gyun-min, so that she can do both sides of the game, the elegant and the dirty. Cho So-Hyun bringing Blues up the field. Harrison-Murray. Tegan McGowan operating in tight areas. She bursts her way into the 18-yard box, seen to by Niamh Murphy. Dugdale and hoist clear. Run back by Blues. Taylor can calmly bring down Holloway's searching ball forward. Here's Noble. Taylor. Murphy. Walters can't find the return ball to Neve Murphy. And Blues can turn it over. Harrison Murray. Shanti Akpan. Blues searching for that second goal, which will surely put the game beyond all doubt and see the points staying here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Louise Quinn's header in the first half continues to separate these two sides. Birmingham have had plenty of possession in this second period, haven't been able to puncture this Blackburn back line once again. Here's McGowan looking to change that. Mason spinning away and producing the cross. Harrison Murray, what a header that is! As she guides into the bottom corner. And Christy Harrison Murray marks her 103rd appearance with her first goal of the season. And how well has she taken that? And Blues now press home our advantage with 15 minutes to go. We've been utterly dominant this second half. That second goal just eluding us. We have that 2-goal buffer now, provided splendidly by Christy Harrison Murray. What a ball to find her by Ellie Mason. And Harrison Murray provided the finishing touch, expertly guiding into the bottom corner to mark a centurion of appearances. And Blues do have the 2-goal buffer. And with 10 minutes to go, with the way this afternoon has gone already, you feel that that's all 3 points coming to Birmingham. But here's McGowan looking for more. It's Tegan McGowan. Angles tight into the penalty area. Through the legs it goes, bundled over. Nothing doing by the referee. McGowan has run absolutely miles this afternoon. Hasn't been able to find a reward of that first goal of the season. And now a debut for Simone McGill, joining in the summer after recently departing the neighbours across the city. So Tegan McGowan, who has run this Blackburn defence ragged this afternoon, being replaced by Simone McGill for her debut. Spent 10 years at Everton, over 150 appearances with the Toffees, and actually became the first Northern Irish women's footballer to become a professional after signing a pro deal with Everton after their promotion to the Women's Super League in 2017. And now her services being provided to Blues after signing on the dotted line in the summer. And there's her first involvement. And McKenna's free in the middle. And McGill looking to find her. It's towards Christy Harrison Murray. Akpan keeping it alive, but that's claimed by Poppy Soper. McGill instantly into the action. Taken on by Toland, the Blackburn captain, hoisted forward. Crompton's interested in this. Couldn't provide the contact to test Lucy Thomas. Herod. Harrison Murray. Heron. Lee looking to provide that final touch to what was a fluid Blues move. Unable to do so. Louise Quinn surging forward. Can't find McGill. Ball looking for Walters. Doesn't even try the sprint race with Holloway. Heron finds McGill. Harrison Murray. Oh, McGill almost connecting with the through ball. And she would have been clean through with the Gill merit to herself on debut. Cho So-hyun. Harrison Murray with some space to operate. Akpan. Lee Gyun-min will get there. Look through the legs of Taylor. He's got out the other side. McKenna. Lee Gyun-min. Heron charged down by Crompton, who did enough. And it's given as a goal kick, despite Heron's complaints. Cho So-hyun. Harrison Murray looking for a second. Instead, she looks for McGill. And this is Lee Gyun-min waltzing her way through, goes down in the penalty area. Complaints quickly waved away. The drop kick, though, only finds Akpan. And this is McKenna. Crompton runs into traffic in the form of Harrison Murray, who takes it off her toe with ease. McKenna. McGill. McKenna. Mason. Straight into the arms of Poppy Soper. Noble for Murphy, surging down the right-hand side with the challenge of Mason. And Murphy looks to pull back to Crompton. Quinn with an important block. Here's Holloway. Shanti Akpan smuggles it to Lee. Heavy touch from her. Surrenders possession. Crompton can't find a teammate. Lee Gyun-min can surge forward. McGill has pulled away. Holloway, anywhere will do. Down goes Louise Quinn, cause for concern. Gemma Lawley sent out to carry out some stretches on precaution. So goals either side of half-time for Louise Quinn and Christy Harrison-Murray, club captain and team captain. Separate these two, the first from Louise Quinn, rising above a sea of pink and blue shirts to meet Ashanti Akpan's corner kick and bury her second goal of the season. And then Christy Harrison-Murray, on the day she was awarded a century of Blues appearances, marked it by meeting Tegan McGowan's cross. So glance into the bottom corner past Poppy Soper and all but seal the points for Blues. And it looks like Louise Quinn, her afternoon's going to come to an end. Gemma Lawley called back to the bench to prepare for action. So Louise Quinn, on her first league start, marks it with her second league goal of the season, and she makes way for Gemma Lawley. Solid performance from the club captain this afternoon. Blues still being asked some questions as we approach the final 5 minutes at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Seven minutes of added time then.
And the additional time is 7 minutes. 7 minutes added time.
Can Blues find a third Over 5-0 and 4-0 have been our league scorelines here so far at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. Lee Gyun-min. Luke's throw. Hook was by Noble. This is Edwards, taken off her toe by Akpan. Cho So-hyun finds McGill. That's neatly done into Akpan. This is Lee. McGill wants it played over the top. Lee looked to oblige, but Blackburn got bodies on the cover. Squeeze down the left-hand side. Edwards in a foot race with Heron. And that's brilliant by Niamh Heron. It's a Rolls Royce of a defender. Signing from Sunderland in her second season with Blues and continues to impress. Lee around the corner for Harrison Murray. This is Akpan. Harrison Murray. Holloway. Holloway looking for McGill, who's timed her run to perfection. Angles tight and the block was made by Rachel Dugdale to make the save easy for Poppy Soper. Edwards. Cross blocked by Heron at the expense of a late corner. 3 minutes into added time. Off the line. Blackburn's corner kick. Gemma Lawley immediately into the fray after replacing Louise Quinn. All hands to the pump, looking for what would be a 4th clean sheet in the league for Blues. A 3rd in 3 home league games. Murphy. Murphy charging towards the byline. Can't keep it in play. Just hasn't gone right for Blackburn this afternoon. Huge credit has to go to Blues, who have continued to frustrate the Rovers at every turn. Well, it's turned into a 6-goal thriller at the Valley. 3-3 split between Charlton and Sunderland. After Sunderland took a 2-goal lead, leading by 3-1 in the last 10 minutes, Charlton have clawed it back as they look to see out what would be a famous comeback and would keep them a point ahead of Durham at the top of the Women's Championship. Durham now leading Newcastle by a 1-0, late goal through Molly Lambert. Finished 5-1 to London City Lionesses against Portsmouth as their torrid time in the Women's Championship continues. Into our 5th minute of added time here. Goals from Louise Quinn and Christy Harrison Murray in the game beyond all doubt late on at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. And Blackburn have barely laid a glove. We've barely seen Lucy Thomas need to make a save, apart from a hairy moment with a goalmouth scramble at the end of the first half. There's McGill, who's been impressive since coming on up top. Harrison Murray looks for McGill. Foot race with Soper. It's one that the substitute goalkeeper wins, but McGill is offside. Noble. A goal now will set off a grandstand finish for what remains of added time. Blackburn, though, just can't find the ball forward. And now here's McGill running the clock down. Blues looking for a third. Cho So-hyun. Lee is the only one in the middle. Cho sensibly turns back. Finds Mason. That's a smart ball for Harrison Murray. And Harrison Murray on the plate for McGill, who can't provide the finishing touch. Was stretching, but it was just beyond the boot of Simone McGill, inches away from a dream debut goal. Ten seconds to go. Of the minimum 7 added. McKenna away. Cho So-hyun heads on, and there is the full-time whistle. A return home means a return to winning ways in the championship. A new system this afternoon, but the same results at St Andrews at Knighthead Park. It's now 3 wins from 3 at home in the Women's Championship. And it's a day for the captains. Club captain Louise Quinn sailing high in the penalty area to meet Ashanti Akpan's corner, to bury her header into the bottom corner and secure her second of the season, before team captain Christy Harrison Murray came on and marked a recent century of Blues appearance with a smartly directed header into the bottom corner, expertly taken from the Scottish international to all but seal the points here. A stellar reaction to last week's setback at Durham to make it 3 wins from 3 at home in the league. We now look to Friday with our trip to Bramall Lane, 7 p.m. kickoff. We'll be there to bring you all the action from the Steel City. But here at St Andrews at Knighthead Park, it's a return to winning ways in the Women's Championship for Blues. It's finished Blues 2, Blackburn Rovers 0. Louise Quinn and Christy Harrison Murray on the score sheet. Keep right on, Blue Noses. Keep right on.
Said football isn't for everyone. They said football isn't for us. A different team, but still our blue. They said we're not strong, skillful, fast. They said no one watches, that no one cares, that there's no history. We say, see for yourself.
What do you think of the kit?
I think it's good, you know.